Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and that's depending on wherever it is you're joining us from. I'm so delighted to have each and every one of you here in this session. I mean, thank you for taking out time to join us today. And I can tell you for free, this session promises to be very interactive. All right. So please just to confirm that you can hear me and I'm not speaking to myself. All right. So please just let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me clearly, I mean, it's loud and clear and very sharp. You want to drop a one in the chat box. Hi, Prince. Are you here as well? And can you hear me very clearly? All right. Thank you very much, Lola. All right. So I'll be diving right into the session for today immediately. So I'm going to share my screen now. So while I'm trying to share my screen, what you just want to do for me is let me know where you're joining from. I mean, you know that you're in its analytics session today. I want to know where you're joining us from. It's a virtual session and we have people from all over the globe. So if you're joining from Manchester, you're joining from Canada, you're joining from New York. I mean, anywhere it is that you're joining us from, you want to drop your name and where you're joining us from. And if you're an OG, if you've not been here for the first time, not the second, not the third, you want to also drop where you're joining, the number of times you've been in a 10Alytics masterclass. So if it's once, you want to put a one, twice, you want to put it two, thrice, you want to put it three, and just like that, I'll be going through the chat box to see the people that I have in the session with me. All right. Okay, I see a lot of people engaging in the chat box already. That's very, very interesting. Very interesting. So I have okay. So I have Simeon from Nigeria. Good to have you, Simeon. I have Esther from Lagos, Nigeria as well. Interesting. Thank you very much for joining us today. Oh, interesting. I have Kuro Yefa. Sorry, I bothered your name. And he's joining us from Port Harcourt, and he's been in a analytics masterclass more than once, more than twice, more than thrice, five all times. I mean, your family already. Thank you very much for joining us today. I have Esther saying she's joining for the first time. I have Vera from Australia. I mean, I have a lot of people. I have a lot of people all over the globe. And as you can see, I'm very excited to have each and every one of you here with us today. So now my screen is up and I'll just get right into the session already. So just to confirm that I have our honorable guests, yes, the stars of the day, the stars of the show, I want to confirm that I have them with me. So Olu and Victor, please confirm that you're here. You just want to mute and speak. Just let me know that you're here before I introduce everyone to what we are here for today. Hello, Olu. Hello, Victor. Please
I'm here. Olu,
unmute and speak. All right, great. Good to have you here with us today. Thank you, Olu. All right. Please confirm you can see my screen. Can we see my screen?
Yes.
All right, Victor, thank you for turning on your camera. Thank you. Oh, good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. So as you can see, what we are here for today is a 10Alytics masterclass. And the theme for today is how I got a job, my post-10Alytics career success. So we have brought people that have been in 10Alytics and some currently still in 10Alytics, all right? They are going to be sharing their experience, how it's been like, how the training has been like for them. And at the end of the day, yeah, there's a result to show for it, right? They've gotten jobs. Yes, they've gotten that dream job. They've gotten that very dream job. And you're here to share their experience with us today. So we have with me here Victor and Olu. So Victor is a data officer, while Olu is an agile project manager. So I'll be diving right into the next slide. I'll be letting you know a bit about what we do here at 10Alytics. And who are we here at 10Alytics? We're a leading educational technology company, and we are specialized in technical training. Yes, we are specialized in technical training. And we deliver this across all boards, okay? We deliver this not just in Nigeria, we deliver this technical training across the globe, but that's inclusive of UK, US, Canada, Europe, Africa, and Asia. And we've not been doing this, just yesterday. We've been doing this for over 5 years. We've been building talents for the technology workforce. We've helped over 3,500 people transition from the classroom into their very first tech jobs. And how do you know that, we are committed to doing this? We do it across different sectors, different programs, different courses, not just in one program, because there are actually a number of courses that are in demand right now. So we selectively picked the courses that are very much in demand, and we've decided to offer all of those courses. And how do we make it accessible to you? Not just through premium training, experiential training, hands-on training. You're able to practicalize everything that you're learning theoretically in practice as well. And we have data analytics, we have business analysis, we have data engineering, we have data science, financial analytics, DevOps, HR analytics, agile project management, cybersecurity, product design, and AI engineering. So we have participants from 2 of those courses here with us today, and that is data analytics and agile project management. So you're wondering, oh, there's analytics. So how then do we now pour this knowledge into people that is even making people get jobs, get their dream jobs? Yes, we have a team of capable instructors, and they're from leading global companies like Apple, Microsoft, McKinsey, and Amazon. They're people that do these things day to day, day in, day out. And they say experience is the best teacher, right? So we have people that do these things every day of their lives, and we brought them to you to actually pour into you and let you know how it is done in the real world. So then what do they bring to you? A wealth of real world experience, and they are dedicated to delivering an engaging practical learning experience that ensures that you receive the maximum value from your investment. Yes, it's an investment, okay? And now we have return of investment on some people. All right. So how this session is going to span out today is in 3 different sections. The very first one we'll be doing is a fireside chat. We'll speak to our alumni, we'll speak to people that have gotten jobs, and that's Victor and Olu. We'll speak to them. They should walk us through how they did it. How was it possible with the help of 10Alytics? How are they where they are currently? You know, they just want to spill all the tea to us so that you can be the next person here sharing your story. And the second thing we're going to be unleashing is the strategies that you need to get into tech and be successful. It's a different thing to get into tech, and it's another thing to be successful in tech. So we are bringing both to you. We teach you the strategies, and we let you know how you can actually be successful with those strategies. And what we are doing, the very last but not the least, is a special discount offer to you. So after this fireside chat, after we tell you the strategies, we let you know how you can be successful. You just want to stay back because we are for the Christmas, all right? We have a special discount for you, how you can be these people that are here with us today. So you want to relax. Is it Capri Sun you want to get? Is it coffee? Just anything that is going to just make you stay very engaged and engrossed with this session. So just lock in, all right? So the next slide, I'm not just going to be driving this session alone. I have my colleague here with me, and his name is Prince. And Prince has a world of experience in data analytics, business and business analysis, and he's helped a lot of organizations streamline their operations to align with strategic goals. As I said, I'm not doing this alone. You know, I told you there's a fireside chat, we have strategies. You're wondering, is it just Sophia that's going to be talking to me all day? Not to worry. We have 2 capable people here that will be driving this session. And you can tell that my colleague here with me is one with a wealth of experience as well. So as soon as we are done, you also want to stay back and hear from him. So Prince has mentored and helped over 500 people transition into tech and land their first jobs with no prior tech background. Yes. And Prince's experience spans across innovation and growth catalyst, business development management, data analysis management, and data analytics consulting. And he has also worked across various sectors, and that's inclusive of edutech, finance, logistics, FMCG, and health tech. All right. And the person you're seeing on your screen now is me, the person that's speaking to you at the moment. And my name is Sophia. I'm a passionate educator, and I have diverse background in product management, end-to-end administration, and agile project management. I have close to half a decade experience in the world of technology and management. As a data associate here at 10Alytics, I've been able to help individuals navigate the complex tech space. We break it down to them. We make it non-technical. We let them know, you know what? Complex is just a buzzword. We guide them to success because we take it from the very bit. We onboard them into their respective data-driven paths, and we provide them with the support that they need to land their very first jobs. All right, so that's that about me. Now, let's get right into the business of today. It always seems impossible until it is done, and that's a successful strategy. All right, so I'll just stop sharing my screen now, and communicate with the people that we have here. Hello, Olu. I'm here to see you, but I can see Victor well. So, Olu, you want to turn on your camera so we get right into the chat today. Good to have you here. Good to have you both here. So the first question I'll be asking is, Victor, what courts did you join, and what program are you doing or did you do with 10Alytics? Okay. And Olu as well. Are you currently still in 10Alytics or you're done with your training here at 10Alytics? So what course, what program as well? Let's get to know the very bit. So Victor, you want to go first and we pass the baton to Olu.
Okay, thank you very much, Sophia. Thank you to 10Alytics for having me here. It's a privilege. Just like few months ago, I was a student at 10Alytics, a participant, just like a dream. And today, I'm being invited like a guest. So it's a big honor and a big privilege for me to. I think I joined 10Alytics November 2024, and I finished my internship in April, just few months ago. Yes. And I did
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
data analytics. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you very much, Victor. All right, Olu, please answer the same question. When you joined, are you still in the program? When you got your job, and what program did you enroll in?
Yeah, so I joined in April 2025 and I got a job by July 2025. So I'm still even in the program, but obviously within the first 3 months of joining, I was able to secure a job.
Oh, wow, wow. That's very interesting. That was very, very interesting. All right. So now the next question will be you both walking us through your journey in 10Alytics. But before we do that, my colleagues, and this is to the audience, my colleagues are dropping a particular form in the chat box. You want to go to the chat box and fill it up so that you have access to the deck I shared earlier on and the recording of this session. All right. So just ensure that you fill the form as soon as they're dropping it so that you have access to everything that we're going to be doing here today. All right. So now, Victor, so walk us through your journey. How was the training like? What motivated you to join 10Alytics at first? And while you were in, at what point did you think, like, you know what? I'm ready to start hitting the ground running. I'm ready to start applying to jobs. I think I'm well equipped enough. I think I can do well in the labor market. Just walk us through how it started, what motivated you, how it was, your journey, basically. We didn't ask Olu the same question.
Me first?
Yes, Victor.
All right, thank you so much, Sophia. Once again, thank you for having me in this program. Well, I believe tech is one of the most exciting and flexible career paths that anyone should pursue today. Every industry, from energy to finance to care, runs a data technology. For me, tech offered a chance to solve real life problems and contribute meaningfully to the work ethics. Just for instance, at National Grid, where I'm working currently, it's a big shot. Like I've been applying for jobs. I'll get to that point, and I've been applying for junior data analyst role in the UK. I've received more than 500, unfortunately. You understand? So and then
Wow.
just last month ago, I saw an opening as a data officer at National Grid. I just told myself this one is too big for me. You understand? So I just applied for it, and that was the one that actually worked better for me. And today I'm now working at National Grid in the UK. So remote and hybrid
The
work.
actual definition of never say never. Wow.
So I would encourage anyone to start. Don't just think about it again, just start up. I first heard about 10Alytics 3 years ago when I was in Nigeria. I attended their webinar session back then. I didn't have money to enroll, but then it just dawned on me that this is where I'm going. I believe after my first webinar with 10Alytics, I started creating dashboards. I started flowing them
Wow.
of that. And then 10Alytics actually helped me, motivated me to go into MSc in data as a data analyst. I did international business with data analytics at All-Star University. In short, I was searching for the data analytics courses in the UK, courtesy of 10Alytics. So if you want to start this journey, just start. Just start. Don't think about it. My advice to anyone starting: be serious, be adaptable. Don't worry if you don't know anything at first. So many people joined this program, they didn't know anything. But as time went on, they started adapting, and today they are behaving like bosses. I still remember one of my classmates I recommended for this program. She's doing extremely well. So don't think about it again. This is a time for you to join. Now, I want to share because I've already told my bosses that I will attend this meeting in a very short, maybe in the next 20 minutes, I should be out of here. So one of the best strategies that's going to land you your first tech role is not about doing everything perfectly. No, it's about showing up every day and getting it done little by little. Build small projects like 10Alytics. They'll start from the known to the unknown. Problem solving. I'm sure when you start 10Alytics, they'll start you up with problem solving abilities, how you can solve problems before they actually move you to complex things, even Excel. Like before I joined 10Alytics, I did a course in Python, and I was confused. I was lost. Even I paid for it, but I was lost. I didn't know anything. But when I joined 10Alytics, they now told me, "Guy, you don't need to rush into Python. You understand? It was well structured. They took me from problem solving ability, and then gradually we moved to Excel. The Excel that I've been doing, they showed me a different thing entirely. And gradually we moved to Power BI. Is built upon the structure, is structured based program that I think I've recommended more than 5 persons to 10Alytics, if I'm not mistaken, more than, because this is the confidence that I have in this program. So networking is another key piece. Engage in LinkedIn, join an alumni association. Like at 10Alytics, they'll take you through what they call LinkedIn optimization. Apart from what you'll be learning, apart from what you'll be learning as a data analyst or project management or as a data scientist, they're going to walk you through how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. I had a LinkedIn profile since 2012. It was never optimized. But before I finished my 10Alytics, my LinkedIn profile was already optimized. There were some videos we call it watch me do video on 10Alytics. We watched those videos and I was always ahead. You can have some marker, all of this. And let me tell you, I've gotten more than 10 jobs interview from LinkedIn, but it didn't come as successful.
Wow.
The last one I got was because I was still studying. After the interview, I was the best candidate. The man just told me, "You're still in school, and this role is meant for full-time applicants. I wish you are done with your study. We cannot find this." And I've been receiving a lot. So one of the things you're going to learn at 10Alytics is how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile, and they will help you to build your CV. How you can tailor your CV. Before now, like a year ago, I used to have like one CV for all my job applications. Just one CV. And then at 10Alytics, they told me, "Hey, Victor, you have been doing it the wrong way. You need to tailor your CV. Have you read the job description? Because 10Alytics will tell you that you must get the keywords. As a data analyst, you're not just seeing a role in the internet and then you start to apply. You must read the job description. And 10Alytics taught me how to tailor my CV to a specific job role. And in short, that was one of the things I did that landed me in this job. It's just that we don't have enough time. I would have shown you my folder where I have more than 500 folders specifically for different job application, different job application. And I was not tired of applying for jobs. So these are most of the things that you'll be enjoying in 10Alytics. Of course, faith and persistence and all of that. Don't doubt yourself. You just have to do it. How I choose my career path in tech, I've always been fascinated about, like I told you, yes, even before now, I knew about 10Alytics like 10 years ago. And I had an option. When I came to the UK, all my mates were doing, how they call it, SIA badge, badge. That's the training for security. And almost 90% register for SIA badge where you do security. And the rest of the persons were doing care job trainings and all of that. I now told myself, what can I do? I don't want to end up like a cleaner in this UK. I don't want to end up like a support worker. Even if I do a support work, let it be temporary. 10Alytics will tell me that, see, whatever you're doing now, have a long-term goal. My long-term goal is I did cleaning in UK. Yes, I did it. I did teaching assistant. I did support work, but
But you knew you could be a lot more than that.
all those things were just for short term. I knew where I was going. You understand? And I registered in 10Alytics. I was not packing shifts. I knew the time will come that I'm going to get my money in full. If I should tell you my salary, I'm sure you open your mouth.
Right.
I'm sure you open your mouth. So these are
Victor, you don't want to send everybody on this call away. You don't want to send them away, all right?
so
All right.
So that is what 10Alytics has done for me. I'm sure my salary is like 2 times higher than somebody that is doing support work in the UK. That is courtesy of 10Alytics. So if you're still thinking about it, please don't think you just have to start. How effective was that? Yes, honestly, 10Alytics was a turning point for me. I call it turning point. The program was practical based, not just theoretical. The project mentorship and feedback mirrored what I needed to do on daily basis. Like I said earlier, structured from the known to the unknown. The foundation made me confident. I was walking into a new role. I wasn't just starting a job. I was ready to contribute. They gave me data set. We are dealing with oil sampling data, but 10Alytics, we did financial data, sales, and all of that. And when I saw the first time I saw oil sampling data, it's like tabulated data. If you know what tabulated data is all about, you see codes, different codes. You don't even understand what the code is. I got confused. I called Amaka. I said, this code. Amaka said, Victor, I know you can do it. Just go ahead. Whenever
That brings me to something, Victor. That brings me to something. So it means that even after you got your job, 10Alytics was still there to offer you on-the-job support.
I'm still going to that part. I was about
to. Let's not go there yet, because you know what, Victor? If we give you all the time,
okay, not just when you land.
If we give you all the time,
not just when you land the role. When you receive a job interview, 10Alytics will actually help you to prepare for your job interview. Yes, they will help you, guide you through the job interview. But I only did it once, and then I was good to go. Every other interview, I said I can manage myself and all of that. So please, if you're still thinking about whether you are to join or not to join, please don't think about. I would recommend 10Alytics to anyone serious about tech career. Please engage in it, engage deeply. And let me wrap up by saying that I cannot rule away God's factor. I love God's factor has a role. Faith without work is dead.
You're not rounding up, because I'm still coming back to you, Victor. You're not rounding up yet.
Faith without work is dead.
I'm still coming back to, because I know you have a lot in your mind.
Let me round up by saying
you have a lot in your mind to say, so don't round up yet. We are not done.
From completing my internship in April and landing my a senior data officer at National Grid in October is a proof that with faith, consistency, and hard work, your dream is possible. So keep learning, stay consistent, and trust the process, because the right opportunity will meet your preparation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Victor. Your story was very inspiring. I was glued to the screen. It was, from the very beginning, before you even left Nigeria, 10Alytics was already they already impute that drive, that passion in you that, you know what, when I get to the UK, I am not settling for less. They were able to tilt your mind towards a data course, for your master's program. Even after enrolling into the university, you still knew that these people, they are my first driving force. They were my motivators. You still had to come back that, you know what, 10Alytics, we are here. I'm still going to do this with you. And I'm very, very glad that they were able to help you. And at the end of the day, look at you. I told you not to say your salary, so everybody will not run away on the call. Thank you so much. That was very, very interesting. Thank you. But don't go yet. Don't go yet. Okay. We still have more questions to ask you. All right. Hi, Olu. Are you there?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. All right, great. So I would have said you should also walk us through your journey. So let me just give another question, because Victor walked us through extensively. All right, so let me come from this direction. What was the exciting thing? What stood out for you? What surprised you about the 10Alytics approach? While learning, was it in mentorship? Was it the on-the-job support or the interview preparation, the live sessions, the fact that you have a community that you could run to? What was that thing that you just really stood out for you? You're like, oh, these people, this is interesting. I think I'm here to stay. What was that thing that stood out for you?
Uh, for me, I think pretty much everything stood out. But when I started with 10Alytics, my intention or was that I started with the end in mind, the fact that I knew that I wanted to secure a role within agile project management, and also selecting the role initially was quite a I had to have a strategy in mind on how I select the right role or the right course basically to do, which is basically looking at what comes naturally to me in terms of, so I knew that I like to be organized and detail oriented person, and I like to lead and get to the bottom of things. And, all of that helped me in deciding that the agile project management was the route for me to take. So for people who are on the code, are still thinking of which direction to go through, I guess you can always look at what comes natural to you to be able to then know which skills and experience you currently have as well. So for me, I studied computing, so I knew that I had some knowledge within the tech space. And then it was just a case of building on that knowledge and experience on transferable skills that I could bring into Analytics. So, and also into the job markets, basically. So by starting with the end in mind, that helped me into selecting the right direction or the right course to work on. And then from there, the whole journey was quite straightforward, but it could be a struggle to commit to it. So people sometimes I miss classes. I'm not gonna lie. So it could be a struggle, but you can always catch up on the learning management platform, which is the LMS, where you get all the recording and everything to catch up on the classes that you've missed. And also the fact that the teacher I had within the Agile Project Management is very practical, is experienced. So that stood out to me because it's not just chucking in theory or EU. He's very practical. He's building on his own experience personally on what he's been through and how he navigated those challenges within this different workspaces or where he's worked in the past. So that helped in putting things into context. And also the interview prep. When I initially wanted to start applying for jobs, I basically my strategy was always about looking at the job market and looking at what was on the job description or what are people looking for, what are the job keywords, what are the key skills that they need. And by the time we started the program, I was looking out for those areas. So for example, leading in Scrum, in the Scrum framework, daily stand-up retrospectives, all the Scrum ceremonies and all of that. And also managing your Jira board and all of those, all the different things that you require to be successful. These are the things that they ask for within job vacancies and job descriptions. So it's like looking at those job descriptions, always look into the job market because that's the end in mind, basically, when you start. You want to train, you want to build your skills and experience. At the same time, you want to be able to compete in the job market with loads of applicants, right? So is making sure that you have those skills. So even so, by me, so what I did is looking at just the market, getting all those skills, coming back to the classes and looking at the LMS videos and making sure that I get all the required knowledge that I need to be able to compete in the job market. And then being able to put all of those on my CV. I think Victor mentioned the revamping of your CV. So that's something that stands out as well. 10Alytics helps you with your CV to put all the keywords. For those that know how the job market works, there's always this applicant tracking system that they use to vet out your CV if you don't have the keywords in there. So you can't have one CV for every job that you're applying for. You have to have the keywords on the CV so that your CV can at least go through the system and not be rejected, or at least you get the opportunity and the chance to get an interview. So for me, that's another thing that worked out. So the 10Alytics helped me with that. And when it came to interview, when I secured my first interview, I remember contacting yourself, Sophia, saying that I need to get in touch with someone to help me out. So you get the mentorship with that in that front as well, that someone would actually sit you down and go through mock interviews. Will help you with all the questions I was grilled, which helped me in the actual interview. So there's a lot of questions that you get feedback from it, so you could tell how you perform, and you get feedback from that mentor, whoever's training you or coaching you for your interviews. You get how you can work on your situational questions. Tell me about a time when you did this or did that, those kind of questions. I got a lot of feedback from it, and that helped me prep for my interviews, and that really helped me. So the first interview, when I did it, I wasn't successful in the first one I did. I came back to the drawing board. I went back to the mentor, and we had to discuss about, okay, what kind of questions they ask. Okay, this is what you should do if you get asked this kind of question. So that helped me and built my confidence and supported me in terms of then getting on to the next interview and the next interview. Eventually, the first, second, and third interview. So the third one, I then got offered the role. So that's again something that stands out. The CV revamp service and the mock interviews is very key. So don't make sure that you make use of the resources that you have within 10Alytics to help you with that.
All right, thank you very much. That was really extensive. And I love the fact that you took advantage of all the complimentary sessions, all the complimentary features aside just your learning management system, your live classes. We were able to also take advantage of the CV revamp, also take advantage of the mock interview. I mean, the best kind of preparation that you can get that would give you that confidence when you're walking into any interview is knowing that you've done this, you've rehearsed this with somebody. So it just feels like you're just going to replicate the same thing where you're going to. Thank you so much. All right, so before I go back to Victor, I would like to ask you one more question. When you were speaking earlier on, you spoke about knowing the kind of person that you are, your strengths, your weakness, that you're someone that loves to keep teams organized. So that brings me to the question. A lot of people, when they hear agile project management, they think it's not technical. They think it's not a technical, course, right? So how would you like to, enlighten just briefly, right? Because I know there's a lot to unleash. So just briefly, if you're to correct or educate or orientate somebody, letting them know that agile project management is technical, right? And maybe not totally technical. How would you just run that through to anybody? And how would you say that 10Alytics was able to help you break it down and make it more relatable to a real life scenario for you? Agile project management, tech, and how is it relatable to real life for you?
Yeah, so there are so many areas to agile project management. So the course actually enlightened me on a lot of techniques that you can use for agile for project management, and also then getting your knowledge up within the agile space. So agile in itself is you can always build up your knowledge with that by when you start going through various courses and also the live classes with your teacher or whoever that is. So to me, that the whole agile project management is more about how you manage projects. Basically, there are case studies that you work on, which would always help you and give you those framework and techniques that you can use to be successful within that field. So, which is something that again you will gain once you start your live classes with your instructor. It would always give the instructor that I've got within the program gave a lot of real life cases and real life scenarios that brought it to life in terms of how we can practically manage projects, within the agile space, the tools that's being used, the techniques that's being used, and all of those. So being in the course would definitely enlighten you into all the technicalities of it. It's somewhat technical and at the same time not technical. So for those that think that their strengths are not going to be 100% technical in terms of you don't want to sit down there and write codes all day long, which is something I know that I'm not good at because I like to, like I said, manage things and organize things and be direct. My direction is towards that leadership area. So I knew that from the start by building on my side, as I know what my strengths are anyway. So for some people, it might be that yes, are very analytical in your mind and you like to, write codes and figure out things and debug and all of that. Yet for people that have those patience patience to do those kind of things, then that you can go down the analytical route, much more technical side of things. But for me, I knew that I was more into the sort of managerial side of things where I manage projects really. And that's why I went down that route really.
All right.
So,
thank you so much.
yeah.
All right, thank you. And as you were speaking, I can tell that you love what you do. I can tell that you have passion for what you do. All right, so Victor, back to you before you get back to work. When a lot of people hear data, they're wondering, it sounds intimidating. It sounds like, oh, as a beginner, how am I going to thrive? So at some point, we're being real here, we're being honest. At some point, did you feel overwhelmed? Did you actually feel intimidated by the word data? Did you feel like it was too big for you? And how then did analytics now come to help you? How were they able to simplify the processes for you? Do you understand? So for anyone that is maybe over the fence, wondering, oh, data, it's a big word. How would you relate your own personal experience and let them know that, you know what, with analytics, you get all of these things broken down into bits. So yeah, how did analytics help you?
Oh, thank you so much for that question. Talking about data, like I said earlier, 10Alytics is one place that a place that I would like to recommend people over and over because they make even the hardest thing look so simple and easy. Okay, let's look at data like ushers taking attendance in church. At the end of the day, they will now use that attendance to know the first timer. They will know the address where they are living, their phone numbers, their sex, male or female, and then are they baptized? They will ask those questions. Would you love to worship with us? And all of that. We've been filling those forms in different church. Now, what are they doing? That is data analytics. Now, what they are actually doing in the first place, they are collecting data. And then they'll take that data to the church secretary. And the church secretary will now write the names and put it either in a small sheet of paper, or some churches like Winners Chapel, they have database, they'll just put them into the system. But if forget about system, and then they'll write down these names, addresses, and all of, they'll take it to the pastor, and the pastor will now sit down and say, how many males do we have in church today? 5. How many females, new females, and all of that? And the pastor will decide to give them a call. Hello, this is Pastor Princeville from Living Faith Church. I called to say thank you for worshiping with us. Please, I would love to know, would you love to worship with us? Now, the pastor is now interpreting the data that was collected by the by the ushers in church and now using it for actionable insight. The data that was collected manually, the pastor is now interpreting those data to take actions, to make decisions. And now the church attendance will do what? Increase as a result of those data collection. Imagine there was no data collection. They will never be able to reach out to first timer. They cannot. So the price of that is what I can explain to you. That is just data. So see data like everyday activities around you. By the time you come to embrace that data is everywhere, the government cannot do anything without data. In short, even in heaven, your attendance on head counts. If you believe in heaven, if you know that you're going to heaven, you have to do the right thing. At the end of the day, they'll open the record and they'll check the database, and the angels will draw data analytics, will draw how do they call it? Okay, a bar chart, a pie chart, a line chart, and all of that to see if Victor was actually trending or going up or downward and all of that. So data is everywhere. So don't think about data like something that is so complex and big. It's around you, it's everywhere. Embrace it as something that you do on a daily basis, and then it becomes very easy. Sometimes if I switched on my system, like last night, I slept around 4. I didn't want to stand up. I was enjoying what I'm doing. And as at 5 o'clock, I was ready to go to the train station because I work hybrid. That's one of the most important thing about if you are considering a career in tech, please do. It gives you that flexibility for you to enjoy yourself. I work 2 days on site in the office, and I work 3 days from home. That is hybrid. And even I was supposed to go to work tomorrow. I didn't go since Monday to Friday. It is only today that, Monday, Wednesday, it is today that I went to the office. And my supervisor now said, Victor, don't come to the office tomorrow. You can work from home. So that's a flexibility. So why won't you take it? So
Wow.
don't just think.
That work-life balance is even there for you. You're able to attend to family and all of that.
Yeah. You build a
That's
team.
interesting.
And then when you have a problem, you can always reach out to be that networking. I'm still calling Amaka. I'm still calling the rest of the person anytime I'm having difficulty. So that's the flexibility. So there's nothing big about data. Just dive into it. Just look at it as everything around you, and then you will come to love it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very, very much for that. So anybody here on the call, if you're scared, data, you can see how Victor broke it down to us with a practical example. So you can tell that data is nothing big. And with the help of 10Alytics, you're sure going to get a full, not just a glimpse, you're going to get everything surrounding data, and it's going to be very easy for you. All right. So before we wrap up, because we're already far past time. So Olu, do you think that, let me put it this way, what advice would you give anyone worrying that, oh, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I can't get into tech? What simple advice would you give anybody thinking of getting into tech, but they're scared about not being good enough? And how do you think that person can bridge that gap between not being good enough and actually good and get to where they want to be eventually?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think,
Hello, Olu, are you there?
yes, I am. Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Olu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah. Can everybody hear me?
All right,
Yes,
great.
we
So
can.
did you get the question? Yes, you're audible. Did you get the
Yes.
question?
Yes, I did. Yeah. So anyone that think that they that are sort of thinking that they can't do it, uh, I think that you can with the help and having the right mentorship around you, which is where Tenalytics comes in. There are times when I felt that way when, during the process, but having that confidence. I mean, there was a time when I applied for a job eventually, even during the course, and then I was sort of I wasn't even called for an interview for over a lot of the applications that I made. So at some point I went into the drop-in sessions, and I heard that, and that gave me confidence basically just by listening to. So that pushed me and said, what, I can do this, and anyone can do anything if you put your mind to it. So it will take commitment, it will take your time and dedication, which is probably the hardest part of it. But how bad do you want it? Because the way I saw it, with the flexibility that comes with it, with the reward that comes with it, um, and knowing that within tech is everything right now. Tech is not even the future, tech is right now. So everything around you is about technology. And having the privilege to work within that field, I think would help you in terms of securing future for yourself and for your family, or whatever that might be whatever your motivation might be. So for me, I think find that thing that motivates you, that would help you keep pushing when the going gets tough, really. Because I'm not going to say it's a walk in the park, or it's easy for anyone to go through the whole process, but you will get the help you need with the right mentorship within Tenalytics. There are people that are very experienced, and they would always push you They will help you out. So if you're thinking that you can't do it, I would just say go for it. Because if you don't start now, next year you would you will wish you started this year, or tomorrow you wish you started yesterday, that kind of thing. So because think of where you would be if you had started last year. So if the opportunity is there for you now, I would say take it, because it will definitely take you places. That's what I would say for anyone that is self-doubting yourself. You have the support you have as long as you put in the work, attend all the classes, um, follow the mentorship, ask questions, follow up on LMS, do the drop-in sessions and all the various classes and meetings. Follow the LinkedIn optimization, networking, CV reviews, and all of that. As long as you just go with the flow with 10Alytics, you can trust that you will be successful eventually.
All right, thank you very much, Olu. So Olu says there's one thing, there's a take home from everything he said. He said, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? So think about it. Think about it. How bad do you want what you want? So start now. Thank you very much, Olu. That was really, really insightful. All right. So Victor, what parting word do you have for us? What parting word, anybody sitting on the fence right now thinking about, do I want to join? Do I want to get into tech? Do I don't want to get into tech? What parting words, basically?
Oh, okay. I would love to say that my journey from completing the training in April to getting a job in October is a proof that with faith, consistency, and hard work, your dream rules is possible. Very, very possible. So keep learning, stay consistent. Don't keep up for today for tomorrow what you can do today. And then trust the process, because the right opportunity will actually meet you when you're prepared. So that's all I can say. Don't think, just register, join 10Alytics. Even if you don't know anything about data, I don't know anything about tech, trust me, these guys will walk you through it. It's like a newborn baby. They are trying to teach him or her how to walk. That is like 10Alytics. They'll walk you through, they'll guide you. It's like sometimes there are some things I knew in a class. I'll just be like, Amaka, please skip this part now. They will, like, many people will ask questions. They will wait for you to ask it. Even if that question is a very stupid question, they will listen to you. They will still stay until you finish and they'll keep asking you, are you okay? Can we go ahead? You find out that the class that was supposed to last for just 1 hour can last for like 4 hours without anybody getting tired, because they want you to know it, because they want it to be part of it. So don't think about it. 10Alytics, I can recommend anybody. So I'm recommending each and every one of us, listen to me right now. Please don't think about it. Just register right away. Okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Olu. Thank you, Victor, as well. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for sharing so openly. I mean, it's a different thing to impact it to people. It's another thing to actually get them to come and testify to everything. So thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. And thank you for letting people on the call know that it is possible. If it was possible for you, it is possible for them as well. So now to the audience, before we let them go, if you have any question, you have any question for Victor, you have any question for Olu, you just want to drop it in the chat box so that we read it to them, and they just help us answer before we let them go. Even though we don't want to let them go, it feels like we should just continue this conversation. Very interesting. We can go on and on. So if you have anything that has been on your mind while they were speaking and you just want to ask them, please do well to drop that in the chat box. As I said, thank you very much for gracing this event, Olu. Thank you very much for gracing this event, Victor, as well. So please, if you have questions, you want to drop it in the chat box. Now, I mean, it's been about a minute and no one has said anything just yet. So we'll just allow them go back to work. All right. Thank you very much, Olu and Victor. You can leave the call now. It was very nice speaking to you.
I'm grateful.
Thank you for
You're
having
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bye, Olu. Bye, Olu. Bye, Victor. All right. So right now, I'll be handing over to my colleague, Prince. I mentioned him earlier, so you'll be the one taking the other parts of this session. So what I'll leave everybody with is, this happened, right? This conversation happened, and it's just an eye-opening, it's an eye-opening one. And I just want to leave you with a simple quote. Don't let the fear of the unknown, the fear of data, the fear of tech, don't let it be greater than your curiosity. All right. So you want to stay back, listen to everything that Prince has to say, because it's going to shed more light and give you more information that will give you that permission to grow. All right. And you can be like Olu and Victor someday. Thank you very much, everyone. And hi, Prince. Are you there? Hello, Prince.
Hi,
I can't hear
Sophia.
you
Can you
just
hear
yet.
me? Can you hear me now?
Hi, Prince. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you
Oh,
confirm you can hear
oh
me?
yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. All right. I
Fantastic.
can. So you have the floor. Thank you, everyone, and
Right.
bye for now.
All right.
Let's
So
just listen to.
okay, so I believe each and every one of us has really had a very fantastic information-packed session, and that is literally what analytics is about. We dose you with lots of information to have you be above every other person that is looking to apply to or looking to even transition into tech. This is what we've been known for years, and this is also something that people, Victor and Olu that came tonight, they've been able to show you that this is something that we do all the time. And trust me, you see everything Victor said, everything Olu said, we just didn't come up or wake up like, oh, this is how you should go about it. It's a strategy that we've built over years, and we've seen this strategy work time and time and time over. Olu is currently still in the program, and he's been able to get a job. Can you even picture that? You are going through a program to transition, and already you've been able to leverage things you've been able to learn, some of them, and get yourself a job while still learning. I mean, it doesn't really get better than this. And if you're looking at the strategy that really works, it's not far-fetched. It's pretty simple. When you're looking at it, you have a strategy that we've worked for over the years to help everyday individual like you get into that spot. And the first thing is you want to do for one thing, which is if you listen when Olu was talking, he mentioned it. He said he knew what he wanted. He was able to identify what he wanted, and that was the first thing. Before even getting to, oh, how do I go about it? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I tailor my job? How do I get into interview preparation? Before you even get to all those sports, he was able to identify the career path he was going to transition into. Same thing with Victor. Then the next thing is to learn that particular skill. You want to really learn it. And if you heard also when I'll be making a lot of reference to what they said, because it doesn't really go out of this. All right. Everything we're talking about is a pure mirror of what 10Alytics is and how we've been able to help these two gentlemen transition into their roles. Right. If you heard when Olu was talking about learning a particular skill, he was able to identify the role, then decide on learning it, right? So after learning, you gain hands-on experience working on project. And the only way you get to do that is while you're in training, your classes are practical. You could hear Victor go on and on about how he feel he couldn't do this. Amaka, the instructor, will tell her, Victor, I know you can do this. It's because Amaka knew that Victor has been exposed to the technical knowledge and hands-on experience to actually get the job done. When your instructor and your mentor has that much belief in you, trust me, you're in that good spot. And that's exactly what Amaka feel she has in Victor, and exactly what we're able to see. The fact that Victor has this hands-on experience to get the job done. Then you're looking at gaining building every other thing you need, because it's not just going to be limited to just knowing how to work with data. You can hear when Victor was talking about interview preparations. Olutu also mentioned it. Interview preparations, keep going back and forth. Before you even apply to job, we want to learn how to tailor your CV to jobs. Olu mentioned it. The applicant tracking system is like a bodyguard. that if you don't tailor your CV to the job you're applying to, it will bounce your CV away. Your CV will never get to the hiring manager. So how do you learn how to do this? You can hear when Victor said he has over 500 folders of jobs he has applied to. That is a strategy. That is a plan. And all this, you will learn how to build it, how to do it in your journey of transition. So it's not just about you coming to the program or you're going to learn this or watch this. No, 10Alytics is way beyond that. Then when you're also learning, there's also your LinkedIn optimization, your networking, your community of people you're learning with. You have all these people that you could train with. If you could hear, I don't think, I can't remember if it was Victor, I think it was Olu that said it, that when he attended an interview and there's an issue or something that's not really, it didn't really go the way it should have gone, he will come back to his mentor and the mentor will be able to guide on, oh, this is what you should have done, or this is the better way to get it done. It doesn't really get more than this, right? So this is a strategy that we've been able to adopt over years, and we've had lots of participants. When I mean lots, I mean lots. This is Olu and Victor. We've had participants across, like, for thousands of participants that they've been able to go through the same training and they've been able to land a job. These are people that cut across different parts of the world. We've had Abigail, that used to be a care worker. She went through the business analysis program and she was able to get a job as a senior business analyst with the government of Alberta. All right. We also have Oluwatosi that was able to get a job as a credit card fraud analyst. We have Ramat that was able to get a job as a business analyst with NHS. Temi Von, who also was able to get a job. He even has a background in law. He was able to transition, having a background in law, transition into business analysis, and was able to get a job also. Abdurrashid is a data scientist, and Abdurrashid actually currently lives in Nigeria, right? And was able to get a full-time role with Chow 420, a company in US, and is working fully remote from Nigeria. So it's not really about, oh, is it about only people? Because I saw when we started the session, some people are currently in Nigeria. Trust me, tech is a global language. Your skill you have right now, for example, the skill Olu has as an agile project manager, he can get a job anywhere in the world, 100%. And that's because he has the skill to get the job done. He has the experience, and location is not going to be a limiting factor. How you surmount the challenge that might come with you getting a remote job, these are some of the things that you also learn how to tackle within the program. And like I said, we have thousands of participants. Everybody that you'll be seeing on my slides today that has gotten a job, all of them. I don't think Olu is not on the slide. Victor is not on the side. And so is a lot of hundreds of other people that have been able to get a job. So we have a limited option of even having people we can put on our slide, because if it comes to that, we'll not have any other thing to show except from people getting a job, because there's a lot of them. We have a lot of them that have been able to get a job, right? So if you are looking at going through, because all these people that you have on my slide, all of them, if you come over here, you have opportunity to watch what they have to say. You'll be able to watch this is the announcements that William made when he got a job as a strategy analyst. He's currently in Poland. So you can come over here, click on this link, and it will show you everything you need to know or everything you want to hear about how they are training went, just the same way that Victor and Olu has been able to share how their own journey was. So we have a lot of them. So make sure that you complete the attendance sheet that my colleagues are dropping in the chat box. So make sure you complete the form. The purpose of this is so that by the time we are done with this session, this particular session is recorded. You'll be able to get the recorded video shared to your email. Then you also have the opportunity to get this slide that I'm using. You get it also shared to your email. So you can, at your own time, come to this slide and watch all the resources we have on the slide. All right. So make sure you complete the attendance form if you haven't completed it. And like I said, we have lots of people that have been able to transition and get a job. And when you're looking at getting a job, we take all these things very important, and we take it even an extra step to make sure that you are in the position where you are really high in demand. And how do we go about that? So what we did was went ahead to look at all the major job boards to identify roles that companies are really looking to hire for. When we're able to gather this data, we analyze them based on three major criteria. The first one is ease of learning. How easy is it going to be for somebody that have no prior experience? They've been away from classroom kind of setup for a very long time. They've never been to anything recently, or probably people that are working like two jobs, or people that are currently doing their masters and working at the same time. How easy is it going to be for people like this to learn? That's the first criteria. The second criteria is ease of transitioning. What about you that have never done anything technical before? You've never done anything Excel. You've never written a line of code ever in your life before. How easy is it for somebody like you to transition and get a job in the technical space? And definitely a high rewarding salary. How easy is it going to be for you to be able to get into a job, easily learn it, and land a job that is rewarding? You could hear when Victor was about to blow us all away. He said, what he's earning currently is more than times two of what people that are in the care space are getting. That is to give you an insight as to what the reward, the salary is coming with. So we make sure that whatever career path you're looking to get into meet all these three criteria. Then we further go ahead to look at, the UK, they have their regulations for people looking to get into that sport. The US also have their regulations. The Canadian also have their regulations. All these programs you're looking to get into, are they able to afford you the opportunity that you might be needing without any sort of restrictions in these three major economies? And the answer to that, after all our analysis, we are only able to arrive at 10 different career paths. Meaning, out of all the jobs you are looking to get into globally, only 10 of them were able to meet the ease of transitioning, ease of learning and rewarding, and also the career path in these three major economies. Only three of them: the business analysis, the data analysis, the data scientist, cybersecurity, financial analytics, HR analytics, data engineer, agile project management, DevOps, and product design. Only these 10 programs are what we are looking to say, they meet all the analysis and requirements that we're looking out for. But that is just within us. What is that validation that gives you the guarantee or the job security that once you get into that role, are you going to not have probably, let's say, get into the job and a year, 2 years, 5 years down the line, your job is totally relevant. Your company is telling you they don't need you anymore. This is a career path just transitioning into. So why are you telling me you don't need me anymore? How can we have that job security? And what we did was to seek external validation. And the validation is from the World Economic Forum. We're looking at the future of job report. So this particular report was released this year, January of this year, and the report is covering between 2025 to 2030, showing us all the information we might need for anybody looking to transition. So like I said, when you get this particular slide, you will have opportunity to come over here to download this report to furthermore weaponize yourself with the information, because data is key. Like you heard Victor said, data is very important. Data is in everything we get to do on a regular basis. So you get access to this data to be able to guide yourself as to which career path you should be looking to. But I was able to highlight some of them in my slide. And what you're seeing on your screen currently is showing you the career path on the right side of my screen, while you have some career path on the left side of the screen. Now, you see this career path on the right side of the screen. These are career paths according to the World Economic Forum between 2025 to 2030 that a lot of companies will not really be asking for professionals in this space. Meaning, if you find your career path wanting in the right side of my screen, You want to find a way to run, jump, swim, disappear to the left side of the screen. And that will be telling you, you see the career path on this left side of the screen. These are career paths that have the potential to grow. They are currently growing, and a lot of organizations will be looking to hire people in this career path. So when you get this particular report, you'll be able to go through this, digest this, and know exactly which of this career path you want to get into to furthermore guide this your plan. The end is the goal. Just like you've heard Olu said, he had the end in mind, and the end in mind that he had, he was able to use that to plan every action that he's looking to take. So take that follow in that particular or that also, and use this information to guide your next decision as to which career path you might be looking to get into. And what I'm going to do is we're going to help in a little form whereby we're able to guide you as to which career path might be a better option for you. So what we're going to do right now, you have my colleague. They'll be dropping this particular link in the chat box. So what this is about is a quiz, right? That is going to look at the kind of person that you are. What kind of person you are? Do you like to speak? What kind of, it's more like a personality quiz, majorly to understand the kind of person that you are, and leveraging on this, you'll be able to use this to transition. Victor said something about this. He said, what are the things that you're comfortable with? Are you able to identify that? Identify those things to be able to know which career path you can get into. All right. So my colleague are dropping this particular link in the chat box. So if you click on those links, or yeah, they're dropping the link. I will also drop the link right now so you can go ahead, click on this particular link to help you decide which career path or which program you should be looking at getting into. So I just dropped the link in the chat box. Just drop that. I just dropped like 3, 4, let me drop 5 of them. So nobody will really miss out on that. So if you click on that particular link, it's going to take you to where you'll be able to take a quiz. And when you take the quiz, you'll be able to understand, oh, do I love to speak with people? Do I love to work with data? Do I love to be at the background? Am I a people's person? Do I love to manage people? Do I love to manage projects? Olu is somebody that loves to manage project lead processes. That's why he was able to know that project management is where he's looking to get it. Or in your own case, do you know if that's something you enjoy? The quiz will be able to guide you as to which program you should be looking at getting into. And from there, you'll be able to decide, oh, so because we have 10 of them, you might not really know which one is the best option for you. So when you take the quiz, this will help you to decide which career path is best option for you. So my colleague, Arafat, just dropped that link in the chat. Click on that link, it will take you to the quiz, and you'll be able to take the quiz and decide which career path is a better option for you. Okay, so why we dive into, so once you have taken the quiz, do me a favor, the result or whatever career path that the quiz tells you is the best option, drop it in the chat box. Okay, I will come back to it. All right, and literally maybe we'll talk about it before we end the session. Okay, so now that you're looking at getting into the career path, employers are majorly looking at for 2 things when you're applying to jobs or when you're looking to get into their company. They're looking for your skills and they're looking for your experience. I feel everything I'm saying, Olu and Victor have said a big bunch of it, but you might not really understand. So you see, Olu said, when you get into an interview, I think Victor also said it, scenario-based questions. Scenario-based questions means that, can you walk us through a time when you did this, when you did that? If you don't have the experience, it will be extremely difficult for you to say, oh, so I did this, because you don't have the experience. And even if you have the experience, you have just 1 or 2. When you get into an interview, you will always be making reference to just 1 or 2 experience. The person interviewing you, the person sitting at the other side of the table, will literally be able to see that this person does not have an experience. We need people that have experience. And that is exactly what the training is about, because you have your 6 month in class training, and your 2 month internship, everything is all about building your technical skill and building your experience. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through all the programs you offer and what are the things you get to learn to be in this space. Now, you have the business analyst. A business analyst, these are the professionals that are tasked with optimizing business processes. A business analyst will identify challenges within an organization and create a solution as to how this thing can become more easier. Like they optimize processes to make anything, any log, anything that is posing as a challenge to make it better. This is exactly where a business analyst is. And to look at the key learning area of things you get to learn, in your business analysis key learning area, you have problem solving, you have Excel, you have, sorry, I don't think, think I'm sharing another slide. Okay, you have Excel, you have Power BI, you have SQL. These are the first thing you get to learn. And the basic reason why you're learning this is because as a business analyst, you need a basic understanding of how to work with data. To solve a problem or to even identify a problem within an organization, you need to be able to extract their data and analyze it to have a basic understanding of, oh, so this is where this organization is currently. Before you go ahead to map out their business process using tools like draw.io or Lucidchart, then you have project initiation planning, Agile and Scrum for projects. What this will afford you is, you see, Olu went through the Agile Project Management Program, which 100% blow him up to be able to lead any sort of project. Now, what this will afford you in the Agile Project Management Scrum Master is you will have just about enough skill to manage a small bite or minimum project. And the reason why you need this is because as a business analyst, you will see yourself making recommendations to organization. Oh, so I saw that your website is not in a good shape. You have a lot of customers going to your website, but the website is not really capturing what they need to capture. The website is not really as efficient as it should be. So I'll recommend you to optimize your website, include customers' information capturing, includes payment, include a lot of things on your website. That is a recommendation from a business analyst. Now, to plan the execution of or revamp of that website, who is going to do it? If the organization does not have an Agile project manager within this organization, that means they will need to hire somebody like Olu to handle that project. But when you have the little bit of skill as an Agile project manager, Scrum Master, you have the skill, the experience to make recommendation, plan that project, and be able to deliver such projects within your organization. That's what business analysis will give it to you. After that, you have software development lifecycle, you have requirement fundamentals, you have elicitation, stakeholder analysis, and stakeholder engagement. Then you also be learning how to leverage AI as a business analyst, right? Then you have the Agile project managers. This is Olu 100%. Somebody that is being trained on how to manage projects, plan a project, manage the people, manage the team that is contributing to the success of the project, and delivering the project to the organization. Whatever the challenges are, you, in your own right, you have the skill, the expertise, the experience to troubleshoot anything and everything to make sure that whatever project you're handling gets delivered 100% within the organization. This is exactly who you are as an Agile project manager. We have different types of approach when it comes to project management. These are the things you get to learn within the Agile project management program. And remember, when I'm telling you things you are learning, whatever you're learning, you're always working on projects. All right. So working on projects will build your hands-on experience and the skill you need 100%. And you have also the data engineer. A data engineer is that professional that makes the data readily available for use. So Olu is currently a senior data analyst in UK. All the data I'll be using, that particular data is being gathered and stored somewhere by a data engineer. These are the professionals that they are tasked with making data readily available for professionals like Olu, a senior data analyst, to have access to this data, analyze them, and be able to help the organization make informed decisions, right? And to be a data engineer, you have introduction to data engineering, meaning even if you've never done anything at all in data engineering, your program is that much beginners friendly. You have introduction to data engineering. You learn how to store information in the database using SQL. You have Python programming. The way you're going to learn Python programming is similar to the way a software developer will learn how to use Python programming language. Then you have Linux operating system. You learn how to build your ETL custom pipelines. You learn your API injections. You learn web scraping. You learn how to even set up your databases. Then you learn how to automate your data retrieval processes with Apache Spark and Apache Airflow. Then you also be learning cloud engineering. These will afford the opportunity to work as a cloud engineer because you'll be learning GCP and Azure. And by the time you're done with your training, you have ability to work as either GCP cloud engineer, Microsoft Azure cloud engineer, or Amazon Web Services cloud engineer. All right, you have this ability for 100%. Then you also be learning GitHub version control and GitHub Copilot for your coding. That is who a data engineer is. Now, remember, a data engineer is that important that even a data scientist is dependent on a data engineer because as a data scientist, what you're literally doing is you're analyzing data to be able to help predict the next thing that was going to happen. As a data scientist, you are more focused on what is going to happen in the future. And in your analysis, that's what we call the predictive analytics, right? And a very good example of that is we are all familiar with Netflix. So if you go on Netflix and you have like two profiles on your Netflix, one particular one is for you. You're somebody that loves to watch horror movies. On that particular Netflix, all the recommendation Netflix will be giving you is going to be anything that has to do with horror movies. If your partner has another profile and your partner is somebody that is into, let's say, Korean movies, on that, your partner's profile, the set of movies you'll be seeing that's going to be recommended to her is not horror. It's going to be strictly Korean movies that she'll be loving to watch. How is this possible on the same platform? It's because a data scientist at the background has been able to set up an algorithm that learns exactly what you like to do. So they learn what you like to do and will be advising or predicting the next thing that is most likely you will want to do. Same thing is applicable when we, in the marketing space, when we click on a particular ad, the next thing we're seeing a flood of other ads that is related to that particular thing we've clicked on, because they're able to predict the next line of action we are able to do. That is exactly where a data scientist comes into play. And all this is working with data, right? And looking at the thing you get to learn as a data scientist, you have statistics. This is the first thing you get to learn before you get into forecasting and predictive analytics using Microsoft Excel. Then you also learn Tableau as a data analyst would have learned. You also learn how to use SQL to extract information from the database and query the information in the database. Then you learn Python programming language for your analytics, for your exploratory data analytics, to build and train your machine model. That's your supervised and your unsupervised machine model. You also your what you call computer vision. You also use your Python programming language for this. Then you also learn GitHub version control and GitHub Copilot for your coding. Then you have Microsoft Fabric for analytics. Microsoft Fabric is an environment that was released by Microsoft sometime October last year. So it's pretty new in the tech space. So you're going to be learning this new tool so that'll be ahead of every other. So when you are applying to job or when you're on the job and your organization is looking at starting or bringing in this particular tool, you already have hands-on skills already in this space. Then you have the data analyst, the data gods. These are the people that they dive into analytics and they help organization make informed decision, just exactly who Victor is. And to learn everything you get to do, you learn problem solving because that's about the first thing you get to do as a data analyst. You are always there to solve organizational problems. So you learn analytics, you learn problem solving in data analytics, then you get to learn Excel, you learn SQL, you learn Power BI and Tableau as a data analyst. Before you get into data storytelling, then you learn how to leverage AI as a data analyst before you get to learn Microsoft Fabric for analytics, the same way that a data scientist will also learn it. Then you have the financial analyst and the HR analyst. Now, for the financial analyst, I always love to call them the money smart people, because these are individuals that they help organizations make smart financial decisions. And a financial analyst, if you're looking at the key learning area you get to do, a financial analyst is still also a data analyst. But what you're doing now is you've been able to niche down to working with financial data. And if you see the key learning area, what you get to learn, you learn problem solving, Excel, Power BI, and SQL. The same way a data analyst will be learning them. Before you now niche down to working with financial data, where you get to learn accounting fundamentals, financial analytics, financial modeling, evaluation, sensitivity and scenario analysis. Then you also learn how to leverage AI as a financial analyst. Then you're looking at the HR analyst. These HR analysts they are the people's people, right? We have HR in every organization, and these are the people that make everything way more conducive for everybody putting in their very best. HR analyst is still also a data analyst, but niche down into working with people's data. So you get to learn the same thing: problem solving, Excel, Power BI, SQL. These are basics. You get to learn them before you niche down to working with HR metrics. You understand the HR analytics, performance evaluation, employers life cycle, HR analytics, collaboration and evaluation, a lot of things within the HR environment to enable you work as a HR analyst. And the last one we have is cybersecurity. Now, as the word says, cyber security. These are professionals that are tasked with securing data, our sensitive information in the internet space, in the internet generally. So your task is to make sure that bad actors that shouldn't have access to a certain information, they don't have access to it. I'm talking about people stealing information or people trying to penetrate into what they shouldn't be able to have access to. You, as a cybersecurity professional, you should be able to protect anybody looking to do this bad act. And when you're looking at the cybersecurity program, the industry itself is pretty robust, meaning we have different branches in cybersecurity. So what the program will afford you is you will learn how to be these professionals. And what this particular training is about, you will learn what we call how to become a penetration tester, a security operations center analyst, and a GRC specialist. That's governance, risk, and compliance. Now, if you're looking at your key learning area, the first thing you're learning is overview of cybersecurity roles and the technologies you get to use. So once you're done with that, you get to learn the information security principles. These are like the founding rocks of why cybersecurity is important. Why is it important? What should be done? What are the things that really are foundational when it comes to securing information and making data available to who they shouldn't be available? How do you do all these things? These are the things that you get to learn in your information security principles before you dive into the role of, before you jump into the shoe of becoming a SOC analyst. SOC analyst is Security Operations Center Analyst. These are the professionals that they are the back end in the computer and in our organizations. And what they do is they secure the organization, making sure that when there's any sort of intrusion, when there's any sort of penetration, or there's any sort of attack, they are able to identify it and making sure that we respond to it. We're talking about incident response. They understand the threat that is about to get into the organization, know exactly the steps to take to isolate such information or such threat, making sure that things that they shouldn't get out or the bad actors shouldn't get access to, They don't get access to them. Then you also have penetration testing. But another word for penetration tester is hackers. These are the people that will try to break into a particular network to try for either the good way or the bad way. We have the red hat, we have the white hat, we have the gray hat. Now, these are the people that the ones you'll be learning these are the ones that will learn how to penetrate a network to identify vulnerabilities, whereby you're able to make recommendations on how to fix these vulnerabilities and making sure that all these vulnerabilities they don't have issues with the organization. All right. So you learn how to secure this network 100%, 100% within the organization. Right. Then you have the GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. Governance risk, these are the people that they they help organizations. This is the part that is almost non-technical, where you have almost non-technical tools. Like, for example, when you're doing your penetration testing, you use tools like your Metasploit, your Wireshark analysis, and so many more. But as a GRC, these are the parts that are not so technical, whereby all you get to do is you draft your policy, you create your compliance framework, making sure that everybody within the organization is following a structure that is being guided, right? So these are the things that you'll be exposed to within the 6 months of your training in cybersecurity. And by the time you're done, you now have enough skill to decide on which path is a better option for you. Is it going to be the penetration testing? Is it going to be the SOC analyst? Is it going to be the GRC specialist? You'll be able to decide on that. And you have your internship to build more in whichever path that you're looking to get into. Now you must have heard Victor and Olu talk about how we help them revamp the CV, how we did LinkedIn and all those things. So you see, what they are talking about is what we call the employability. And we believe at 10Alytics that to land a job is not just about the technical skill. It is a combination between your technical skill and your employability. Because when you apply to a job, your CV is the first thing that will actually get to the hiring managers before you get into that interview. So how does your CV represent you 100%? This is where you get to learn how to revamp your CV and tailor your CV to jobs you're applying to. We have in-house professional that will revamp your CV for you to have it be as industry standard as to whichever career path you're looking to get into. Then you have your LinkedIn optimized to furthermore elevate your opportunities of having recruiters reach out to you, just like they reach out to Victor, and have opportunity to get into interview with them, furthermore increasing your opportunity to land a job. Then there's something we also call navigating the job market, where you learn where and how to search for jobs. Then one thing that is also guaranteed is before you get into any sort of interview, you have opportunity to reach out and have a professional prep you for these roles you're looking to get into. For any interview you're looking to get into, you have the opportunity to have somebody prep you to get into that role. Then when you get the job, 100%, you have opportunity to get a reference letter from 10Alytics. There is also something we call on-the-job support, which Victor talked about many times when you had to reach out to Amaka. So that's something you also get 100%. Then there's also something we call a weekly mentorship sessions. Weekly mentorship sessions happens every Thursday. We have one coming up later tonight, whereby people already in the program, they'll be getting industry experts coming to their classes and guide them through some key things, some very key information as to what to do, how to do a specific thing, or how to guide them into a space. All these things, you get access to them 100%. Then there's also what we call Upwork optimization for people looking to get skilled and not really keen about getting a job, or let's say they just want to even see what it feels like to offer their more services on a more freelance approach. You have sessions that will teach you on how to optimize your Upwork to be in that stand. All right. And then we're looking at the duration of your learning. So you see everything I've talked about, both your in-class training and your internship, everything is your entire learning experience is in 8 months. You have 6 months in-class training where you get to work on multiple projects for 6 months. And by the time you're done with that, you have 2 months internship with a company we partner with, Amdari, where you're going to have your work experience. These are places whereby you get to work on real world projects and have ability to have all the things you've worked on during your 2 months internship added to your portfolio. All right. And if you're looking at the way your classes are structured, so for the 6 months, you have 2 options. You have either the morning option, West African time, UK time, or the evenings option for UK and West African time. And if your class, you have your live classes on Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And you also have 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time on Saturday. Now, you see that 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., that's going to be 10 a.m. for those in US and in Canada. That's going to be 10 a.m. MST, right? So for you, let's say you're currently in EST or you're in MST and you feel, oh, your Saturday mornings are going to be occupied, you want to join a class that is earlier than that, 100% you can do that. But if you're in UK or anywhere in the European countries and you feel, oh, your 11 a.m. is going to be pretty occupied, you rather join the 6 p.m., the evening class, that is something you can do also 100%. Now remember, that is a live class. We also have a self-paced whereby you get watch me do it video. These are videos you get to watch during the week, and you have opportunity to work on multiple projects and get into an interview, into a session on Wednesday where we call your drop-in session, where you'll be able to have your project or your challenge shared with your instructor, and he or she will be able to guide you to solve whatever sort of problem you might be having. And a lot of people, I think I saw Esther during the chat when Victor and Lulu was speaking, asking how exactly do you register for the program. Now, the program, the next cohort we have is starting on the 8th of November. Okay, so if you're looking to get into any of this program and find yourself in a position like Olu and Victor, Olu is still currently in the program and is able to land a job 3 months into the program and is been able to land a job, while Victor is currently working as a senior data analyst in UK. If you're looking at getting into this position, looking at all the strategy we've talked about, you have the opportunity to join the cohort starting by 8th of November. So if you click on this particular link my colleagues are sharing in the chat box, it will take you to how you'll be able to register, but I'll walk you through how to make your payments also right now. So you see the current price for the program is $1,000. That's the current price, right? But you have the opportunity to get a discounted price, which is 25% discount. Now, if you're getting that 25% discount, it will have you from paying $1,000 to paying $750. And it gets better. You see that $750, you have the ability to even break it down and pay in installments. You can pay 1 time, 2 times, 3, 4, or even 5 times. So what that means is to join the program starting by 8th of November, all you have to do is pay your first installment, which is as low as $150. Now, if you look at the structure and look at the value you're able to get, let's say considering what Olu is getting, Olu is currently 3 months into the program and he's been able to get a job. That means if Olu is paying in 5 installments, he has only paid $450 so far, and he has been able to get a job. By the time he's getting his first month salary, whatever he has paid is going to be out of the window, because what is the value you're getting compared to the value you get to pay? So these are the things you get to get value from the training, right? So what I would do is I'll walk everybody through how to make your payment. But if you click on that link that my colleagues are sharing in the chat box, you will have this access 100%. So I'll be walking us through how to make the payment right now. So if you click on that link, which I just did right now, it should bring you to this particular website. So let me stop sharing. Then I'll share that part of my screen again. All right, so let me share that part of my screen again. So you can see, so if you click on that link my colleagues are sharing in the chat box, it will bring you to 10Alytics website. Okay, so once you come to the 10Alytics website, all you want to do is you want to scroll down, right? You want to scroll down to all the programs. So any of the program you're looking to get into, you have them here, the data analytics, the business analysis, any of the program, they are all here. So what you want to do is, so let's say, for example, let me pick full stack data science as or let me use data analytics, since we have somebody that went through the program on the call. So once you click on data analytics or any of the program, you want to click on enroll now, right? So once you click on the enroll now, it will load up, and in your own case, it will ask you to register on the platform, because you need to register before you are able to pay. Okay, so it will prompt you to register. Make sure you use the valid email address and phone number, because of the verification that will be sent to that email. So once you're registered, you will see this page that you can see on my screen. Then you want to scroll down. So immediately you scroll down, you will see that we have a course starting 8th of November. But if right now you be like, oh, I want to take advantage of this discount, but starting November 8th is not going to be possible for me. So you want to start by November, by December, you still have the opportunity to secure a spot, to take advantage of the discount and register to start by December. Okay, so if you come over here, you will see the prices, which is $750 US. But if you're wondering, if I make full payment or if I make two times payment, two times installment, I'm not paying 750, I'm paying 712. How is this possible? Yes, it is right. So the reason why that is so that is more of an incentive to help you or to guide you to pay as fast as possible. But if that is not going to really be able to work for you, is not feasible for you, it's going to go against all your savings, you don't really have the capacity, you still have the opportunity to get the 25% discount and pay either 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times. Okay, so if you're looking to pay 5 times, that's going to be $150 US every month for 5 months. Now, when you click on your installments, the option that works best for you, you want to click on apply now. So once you click on apply now, it will apply the discount, show your information where you must have registered, and you see your installment. Your first installment is going to be today, 23rd of October. Then your next payment is going to be by November, December, January, and by February 2026 for you to complete your payments, right? So this is the way it is. Now it gets even better. So let's say today is 23rd of October. Salary is not in yet. But if I want to continue paying at 23rd of October or 23rd of every month, it's really going to be a little bit challenging for me. So I rather want to pay at the 30th of every month. So what you also have opportunity to do is, if you see over here, you see your next payment date. So you can easily over here where you have a date. So instead of having your next payment to be on the 23rd of November, you can easily say you want to select 30th of November. At that point, salary is in. You have ability to plan better. All right, so you can easily click on save, and what you will see is, despite the fact that you're taking advantage and making payments today of the discount, you don't want to miss it, you're making that payment today, your subsequent payment is now going to be at the end of every month. All right, so it gives you an opportunity to make sure you secure your spot right now without missing on the discount, and still make your next payment way more comfortable for you, points whereby your salary must have come in. So you want to do this if this is of importance to you. Then you want to make sure you confirm that your information is correct. Also read the terms and conditions. Then you confirm, then you make your payment. This is how you go about to secure a spot, to make sure you don't miss out on a discount. Remember, there's a strategy that we've been able to adopt over years. And I'm even glad that tonight we'll have people that actually did the same thing and they were able to see themselves landing a job after the training or even during this training. All right. So take advantage of the discount. The discount ends in about 24 hours. So you want to try as much as possible to take advantage of it. Make sure you don't miss out on that while you start either November, 8th of November or 6th of December. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can always drop in the chat box. I will be going through the chat box to take your questions if you have any, but make sure that you secure your spot and you don't miss out on that discount. And remember, we have loads and loads of participants that have been able to go to the training, you've been able to land a job 100% after the training. So you want to be in that position and take advantage of all the discounts we have, right? Now, I'm going through the charts. If there's any question, I will be going through that so that I can answer whatever question. And if you would like to speak, because I know Sophia's mentioned that if anybody have any question, you can indicate. So if you want to speak, you can easily indicate and I will ask you to unmute your mic so you can speak. Do you have anybody that have questions before we wrap up the session? And also remember, by the time you're done with your training, you will be getting a certificate, right? For your training. So it's not just that you're coming through training, you're not getting a certificate, you're getting a certificate. And your certificate is accredited by the American Council of Training and Development, right? So you'll be getting the certificate once you're done with your training, okay? Do you have anybody that have a question? Probably maybe want to drop in the chat box, or you want to speak. If you have a question, you can ask you to unmute, you can indicate, and I'll ask you to unmute your mic. Do we have anybody that have questions or they want to drop in the chat box? Questions? Or we are good? Are we good? All right. All right. So I don't think anybody have any further questions. So I think we have about 4 minutes to spare before we wrap up the session and end for the night. So remember, you want to try as much as possible to take advantage of the opportunity while you still have it. There's no certainty that all the discounts will be available forever. Okay. So if you have any question, anything you don't understand, kindly do indicate, and you can either speak or you can just ask to unmute your mic, or you can drop it in the chat box. So exactly. So 10Alytics as a company, we are very, very hands-on and intentional in giving hands-on experience, because when you get to a job, they want to know exactly what are the things you've done. They want to know your experience. And when people come with certificates, we'll have participants that they have all the certificates they might need in project management, all the certificates, but they were unable to land a job. And when you look at certifications, exactly what it is, people preparing for examination. Certificate is going to, anybody can prepare for any sort of certification or exam and they can pass it. It is only going to test how well can you retain whatever you've learned. That is exactly what examination and certification is about. You having a certificate in anything, even in project management, does not guarantee that you know how to do your sprint review, your Scrum artifacts, your product backlog. Does not guarantee you know how to actually hands-on get these things done. It doesn't. That is exactly what the training is going to give you. The hands-on practical experience. Exactly what Olu has been exposed to and was able to have him get a job as a lead Agile project manager, currently still in the program, right? So all these things are because you have the experience to show that you can actually get the job done. Anybody, we're always talking about tech paying this, tech paying high. The reason why it's paying high is because you have the skill that somebody else does not have. A lot of people can prepare for certifications and write it and pass it. But do they have the skill? Do they have the experience? When trouble shows, can they get this sorted? This is exactly why all these roles are paying as high as they are paying, because whatever solution you are bringing to this organization is directly going to impact in their growth in whatever they are looking to achieve. So you are a direct solution to whatever problem they're having or they will have. So that is exactly why you need hands-on experience to get into any role. So definitely to answer that question, how you need is the experience to get the job, not the certificate. I think I'm able to answer your question. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Have we spoken before? Your name looks very familiar. Okay, do we have any further questions before we end the night? We have about a minute to go. Right, so I don't think we have any further questions. So at the absence of any further questions, thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate. I believe we've all been able to learn a whole lot from Victor and from Olu. Take advantage of the opportunity you have in front of you. Also, make sure you complete the attendance form so that you can look at your current career path, see what is happening to your career path, and decide if you still want to remain there or you want to pivot. And if you want to pivot, be like Victor, be like Olu, that knows exactly what to do. Get into a program that will actually impact everything you need to transition, right? So at the absence of any further questions, thank you all for being here. I do appreciate the 2 hours we've spent together. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. And I'll be looking forward to see each and every one of you on the session either in 8th of November or 6th of December. Right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. Cheers and bye for now.